Hello, folks. How are you? Surprise, surprise, it's Saturday night. Yeah, very different for me. Always being on Mondays or some weekday afternoon. Figured I looked around and didn't see if anybody else was streaming and got some news anyway. So I figured, why not, right? Let's have some fun. I don't know how long we'll go. We'll probably go for an hour or so and do some cool stuff. See, just a quick look into the chat. I'm sure you guys can hear me because I can see my levels going there, but let me know if you're not hearing me because I'll be speaking for nothing. Dan of New Jersey's in the house. How are you? Brad Miller, nice to see you. Daniel Horsley's in here. There we go. Chicken Guitars. Damn it, too many lives tonight. Yeah, well, I didn't see anybody live, well, from the people I follow anyway, that at this exact time. So I know there was a few earlier. Jareen, oh, that's Jamal. How are you, Jamal? I haven't seen Jamal in so long. Hope you're doing well. Dan of New Jersey spelled Brian's name incorrect. That's okay. It happens all the time, brother. Happens all the time. I'm wearing the new headphones tonight, too. They sound pretty good. I really like these. They're very comfortable as well. We spoke about it on my live stream on Monday night. Kind of went over some of the specs on it. And for the price, man, I am shocked with the quality of these headphones. And for those who don't know what they are from a company called Status. And again, I paid for these. I bought these. I'm not sponsored by anybody, but I'd just like to share the news of gear that I have. And if I like it, I like to share it with the community. And I think for the price, these things are amazing. I think in the States you can get them for like $60 or something crazy. These things should, they rival $300 headphones in my opinion. Because I have a set of Audio Technica that are 280 or something. So definitely, if you're in the market for headphones, check these things out. They're Status, Status, and just put Status headphones in Google and you'll find them pretty quickly. I think the model is a CB1, and I think they only have the one real like wired headphone. They got some wireless stuff as well. So let's keep going down the list here. Brian Stewart, yeah, Mr. Saturday Night Special, got a guitar that's chrome and gold. Not quite. Not quite. But I'm sure you guys will, well, some of you guys will be surprised. Guitar Hack, what's going on, brother? Hope you had a good gig last night. Not a Tone King car. That would be the wrong answer. And speaking of Brian S. and his show, Live Wires, I will be on their show on Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. I won't be in my studio, but I will be in Toronto on that night. I'll be at a hotel because I'm going to photography, videography event down in Toronto for 2 days. So Wednesday night, tune in, Live Wires, should be fun. Upside Down's in the house. How are ya? Let's see. Let me go down. Oh, the chat jumped on me. Sorry about that. Bear with me, folks. It's Saturday night. I'm still getting stuff together here. PJ in the Beard, welcome. Nice to see you. I see that you subscribed to the channel the other day. I watched your interview with Guitar Hack on Thursday. It was awesome. Thank you for joining the community. Daniel Horsley, how are you, brother? Let's see. Okay, so I'm making my way to Quentin James. How are you, Quentin? We've got a bunch of people, a lot of regulars in the house. Rick Hefner's in the house. How are you, Rick? And I think Janice Lala. Okay, cool. So I think we've got everybody. So as you can tell in the title, it's a new guitar night. So I went out yesterday and tried some stuff that I was looking to try, and some of you know what I was trying, but let's keep that in suspense. On location in Toronto. Hope you have a good. I hope I have good internet as well. But usually the hotels down by the convention center are usually pretty good with internet because they know a lot of people go down there for work, and I usually buy the upgrade because work pays for it, so I might as well buy it. That way, I'm hopefully get a good connection. But yeah, so I went to the stores yesterday. I went to a few different places, tried out a bunch of stuff, and was quite impressed with some of the new stuff that was out. And so I figured I'd jump on tonight and show you what that's all about, answer some of your questions. I'm sure you're going to have some questions regarding this. And I'd also like not really do a comparison with something else that I have that's kind of similar. I will be doing that, but I'll probably be saving that for the Monday show to kind of go in more detail about, the comparisons anyway. But for now, let's have a look, and we can go from there. Let me change the camera. So what we'll do is we'll look at, start with the case, and then we can look at the actual guitar. So let me just change the camera angle. I'm going to have to do some moving around here. So bear with me, folks. There we go. Let me remove this graphic. Give it a little bit more space on the screen. All right. So move this mic. I should have wore my my lapel mic for this because this thing's kind of going to be in the way probably. But hey, whatever. We do what we can on the show. Let me bring the iPad up so I can see the chat. Should be able to see it here. All right, there we go. It's coming up, and live chat. All right, there we are. Cool, I can see myself. All right, so I'll tell you that it is a Fender instrument because you're going to see the case. And what I do like about Fender, I've bought a few in the past, and some of them I've kept, and some I've got rid of. But they do give you good value when they're giving you a case and the stuff that comes with it. So this is the case. Let me show you that. Oops, there we go. So as you can see, it's a nice, real sturdy case. I've bought quite a few guitars in the last couple of years, and some companies, they really chimp out on this part. They either give you just a gig bag, which there's nothing wrong with a gig bag, but I think if you're spending, upwards of $2,000 for a guitar, you should get a real case. And I think Fender does that really well. They've got, their brand on there. It's all nicely molded and everything. It's not just a regular, normal case basically. So they go the extra mile, I think, with their stuff. And presentation means a lot too. So let's open this up. There won't be a guitar in there because the guitar is already out, but let me see how I can do this. So basically it's, your nice lined case with a little pocket there, your regular stuff, but it really is a nice case. It's nice that Fender do that. So enough of that. I'm sure you guys don't want to talk about the case all night. So let's put that here. And the other thing that was kind of cool that came with the guitar is, they give you this nice leather pouch with, the Fender logo on it. It's got some stuff in there, some goodies and a little booklet, and they give you a free pack of strings as well, which is kind of nice. I haven't seen that from other manufacturers when I've purchased them. So these are 9 to 42, so which is fine. That's what I use on most of my guitars. So really cool. And this guitar also comes with locking with strap locks basically. So they give you the strap locks. I haven't put them on the strap because I don't use these particular ones. These are like the Shaler styles. I've switched probably early in the year. I switched all my straps and guitar locks to the Ernie Ball system. I just prefer that because it there's less chance of it coming loose and the strap coming off, because I know Guitar Hack has spoken about this, and I've seen a couple other posts on it that have some mishaps with these. So instead of trusting my R9 or something like that to something that might fail down the road, I decided to go with the Ernie Ball system. So But anyway, they give you these, and if you like this type of strap lock, then you get them for free with the guitar. And so let me put that away. Let's get down to business. All right, let me just check the chat real quick. Make sure we aren't missing anything. Let's see, Rick Hefner, I think. Oh, hi, Dave. David Ennis is in the house. BB Maid, how are ya? There we go. PJ in the beard says, I always end up storing the cases and using the gig bag. Yeah, well, I know a lot of people do that, and I'm not a gigging musician right now, so but when I did gig, I played bass for many years, and I had Ernie Ball basses, but I always had huge cases, so I don't know. Maybe today I would think differently if I was hauling this stuff to gigs and stuff. It might be easier in a gig bag, but it's nice that you do get that when you buy a guitar, so you have the option, and if you do want to store it somewhere or do something, you've got a nice case to do that with. All right, that's cool. All right, so here we go. Let me get that. All right, so as you can tell, or I don't know if you can or not, but it is a Tele, and there it is. It's the new Telecasters, well, basically new Telecaster. It's the Ultra series. These were announced last week, and I was intrigued with the announcement, to say the least, because of some of the features that were on this guitar. So I figured, hey, I'm going to go check these out, and if they are everything as far as some of the features that they were touting that I really was interested in and that really kind of got my attention, I wanted to try it and see if it was really all what everybody was saying it was. So I went and tried them out, and this was the particular color that I really wanted anyway. So this is they call this a Texas T, I believe, T color. So the nice thing about this color is that depending on how the light is hitting it, so right now you can see it's got more of a brown goldish sparkle in it, and then then it looks black, right? So it's a really nice finish. I love the binding. Obviously, I'm a big Les Paul guy, and I like binding on guitars, so having that on the Tele is really nice. The pick guard, I like the look of it. Let's put it that way. The look of the pick guard is really nice, but it is an aluminum type of feel, and it is taking me a little bit of time to get used to that. It's just that when I'm picking and your hand touches that, it's when you're so used to having like a more of a plastic type of feel or a texture there, it is a little different. So I'm not sure moving forward if I'm going to be keeping this pick guard, or I'm going to go to like a regular plastic pick guard and maybe put a white one there to kind of go with the binding or something. But I do like the silver look. It really does look good, but it's just I'm not sold on it yet with the feel of it. And when I'm playing, your fingers hit it and stuff, and it just feels different. It feels awkward. But other than that, the thing is amazing. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to the other camera, and maybe you'll be able to get a better look at some of the stuff like the neck and things of that nature. So let me do that right now. All right. So how am I going to do this so I don't screw anything up here? Maybe I'll come this way. All right. Okay, so let me go to my camera. There we go. So let me bring this headphone thing out of the way. And bring this over here. All right, so you should still be able to see this pretty good. I know the mic's going to kind of get in the way, but what can I do? So you can tell, it's really hard to see it in the light, because of my big video lights there. Well, a little bit here you can see the change in the color. But So let's talk about some of the things that, you know, I know a lot of people are indifferent and they're like, oh, it's all hype and, they're just the same thing as anything else. But let's talk about some of the things that are really good that I think that Fender did on these new ones. The body contour and the carves are really modern. So if you're into a classic Telecaster, like you've played Tellies in the past and you know what they're about, and you like that classic, very art, like hard edges everywhere, no curves, a big, heel here like the Les Pauls. This is quite different because there is a carve back there, as you can see, a nice carve, belly carve type of thing, and then where the neck, it's going to be kind of weird to see it on video here, but it's really, really thin, like down here, because it kind of tapers. I don't know if I can. Oops, there we go. Right there, you can kind of see. I mean, if you go online, you'll look at the pictures. Right there, you can see it's a pretty aggressive carve where the neck is. And I'll tell you something, it makes it so comfortable to play in this area. And not that I do a lot of playing in that area, but I mean, I was, I like the Sir guitars, and I do have a Sir Telecaster, and that one has similar, and they've done similar thing, but I think Fender went even farther with their carve here because it does feel a little bit narrower than playing with the Sir. And what I plan to do on Monday night is to do a direct comparison between the Sir Telecaster and this instrument, because I was curious when I went and tried this one if it would match up to these boutique builders like Sir, Friedman, and Tom Anderson's and so forth, because the price of this compared to what I pay for a Sir Telecaster is quite different. I mean, you're talking about Canadian money, this is about $2,500. A Sir Telecaster is about $3,800. So is there enough of a difference in a Sir and a Fender now, as far as this series go, to justify that? So when I went and tried it, I found this to be equal or, maybe even a little bit better in some areas than the Sir. So let me tell you a little bit about the neck, which is different than previous Telecasters that I've played, because I've played different Telecasters, but a lot of the Telecasters that I've played had a thicker neck, which I like because my Les Pauls are, I've got an R9 and an R6. They are a thicker neck, and I really enjoy it on those guitars. And I like my Telecaster that I have, the Sir Telecaster, is a thicker neck, like a more of a classic vintage type feel. This is very different than what those are. It's a D profile, they call it, so it's a lot narrower. So I don't know if you can see that. It's not a thick neck, but I don't know what it is, but I think it's the profile or how it's shaped. It is comfortable. It's very comfortable. And even for me, a guy that prefers a thicker neck, I felt right at home when I picked this up. The other thing that Fender has nailed down, I was totally shocked. I wouldn't have believed it unless I was actually sitting there trying it. When I heard the hype about it, oh, they curved here and they made the fretwork really, really good. I said, yeah, whatever. It's probably just, a little better than it was. But I'll tell you something, that they've nailed this on the neck, because how they've carved this neck around, they rolled the edges and the fretwork, like the frets are like really, really good. I mean, they're rounded perfectly. There's no edges. There's nothing. It's super smooth. So they've done an awesome job on that part. I got to give them props on how they finished this neck. And I got this, when I bought this from the store, they took it out of the back. They just received their shipment. And when I walked into the store, they had a couple different colors in the rack there, but they didn't have this color out. And I said, do you have that color in stock? And they had it, but it was in the back. So they basically took this out of the back from their shipment and gave it to me. And I went and tried it. And it was set up perfectly, like from the factory. So I think Fender paid attention to that part of it, the quality control on these things. From what I've seen and the ones that I've tried are spot on, spot on. The neck, the other thing about the neck that I really like is the back of it. It's not like raw wood like you would see on a Friedman. It's definitely more like there's a kind of a coating on it, but it's very satin feeling. So it's very slick. Like it's very nice feeling neck. The tuners are locking tuners, the Fender locking tuners, which are amazing. I've had this guitar I bought it Friday afternoon, so I've had it for a day and a half or whatever, and I've been playing it nonstop. And I think I tuned it once, so it stays in tune exceptionally, like very, very well. The other really good feature that I find is the brass. This is actually brass, believe it or not, the bridge here, but it is chrome plated. So, but it is a brass bridge, and it's really nicely done. Very like quality control. You can tell that it's really well done. The pickups are noiseless. Noiseless compared to a regular Tele. Plug them side by side, you're going to hear a lot less noise out of these than you will out of the standard pickups that come on a regular Telecaster. But I mean, if you're plugging into a high gain amp or whatever, any pickup is going to make some noise. So, and there's a switch. They call it the S1 switch, and it's right on the control there. You press it in or press it, and basically it acts more like a boost. So if you're on the bridge pickup and you hit that, it kind of acts as a little bit of a boost. If you're in the center position and you're using both pickups, like in your standard Tele setup, where I can't remember if it's parallel or series or whatever it is that they call it, gives it more of that quacky type of sound. Well, if you press this switch when you're in that position, it gives it more of a humbucker sound. So it takes the two pickups and kind of makes them as more like a humbucker, which is weird because we've gone from, well, for me anyway, from what I've seen in the past couple of years, where you could split the pickup, it was always split a humbucker and make it sound like a single coil. Now you're taking two single coils and making it sound like a humbucker. So it's pretty cool what they've done there. Let me see if I can do this. I've just got it running through the Helix right now, and I'm using. I was playing around with some different patches today and last night and stuff. I'm using a Supro amp, believe it or not, patch. So it's got a really, that Tele. And if you go in the center position here, you go back to that. You get that kind of classic Tele sound. And the neck is... So it's really, the pickups are really nice. I mean, they sound just as good as, well, I did test it with the Sir, and I plugged the Sir into the same patch, and I ran through some stuff, and I recorded it just to get, to listen back to it. And these sound just as good as those pickups. And I mean, again, you're paying quite a premium. Not to say that the Sir is not good. The Sir is amazing, and I'm not getting rid of that one as well. But comparing the two, if you are a guitarist today, again, the only difference would be this neck profile. If you go and try an Ultra and you just, it's not your thing as far as the neck profile, there's nothing you can do about that. I mean, it is what it is, right? But if you do like the neck, then all the other things that are included with this guitar for the price range that it's at is equal to these boutique guitars that you're getting from Sir and Tom Anderson and these things that I've tried, like, side by side. And I do have a Sir Telecaster, and I mean, it's hard. Can you even? It's back there. There it is, right? So I can do a direct comparison, and I don't. So I don't know. So I guess, they did get a lot of hype. Obviously, they're new guitars, and everybody's kind of talking about them. But I wasn't sold when I saw it, but I was intrigued, and I was intrigued enough to go check it out. Now, is this something that I'm going to, keep? I don't know yet. Like, I love it. They got 30 days with it, but I'll keep playing around. The only thing for me is getting used to this small neck, and I've been getting used to it. It's just, do I prefer it? Will it affect me when I play my Les Pauls? I don't know yet. So that's still kind of an experiment, let's say. I can say that playing lead guitar on this, like if I was writing songs and I needed to do a solo or some nice passages and stuff like that, I would probably have an easier time with this, just because of the neck profile, I think. So I don't know. There's a few things to think about. Let me just move my chair a little bit because I think my headphones are stuck. All right, there we go. Should have used my wireless, but I definitely wanted to try these headphones while I was live. Oh, sorry, I got to change my... I'm an idiot. There we go. Sorry about that. So, again, here we go. So, yeah, I didn't have my camera changed. Sorry about that, guys. It's Saturday. What can I say? So you can see it. There it is. There's the back carve. And the neck joint. You can kind of see it on the camera. There we go. Cool. So let me go to chat for just a second. Sorry about that, Mike. I didn't even notice my camera wasn't switching over. That's kind of weird. Let's see. Hey, James Severin's in here. Phil Mosley's in here. Okay, we got a couple of new people jumping in. Too bad Fender doesn't make 60s slim taper neck. Well, Brian S., I don't know, man. This is pretty slim taper. And I did try the Strat as well because I just wanted to try it. Again, where that volume is. I mean, I could probably get used to it if someday I'm recording and I definitely need a Strat sound that I can't get out of my other guitars. I would get one just to do whatever I need to do recording wise and get used to where that volume is. But playing them on a regular basis, the way that I play, where my hand sits, I would keep hitting that volume. But the Strats are really nice. I did try them, and they're similar neck profiles, the quality of the fretwork, the pickup sounded really good. So if you're a Strat guy, I'm more of a Tele guy. My thing is Les Pauls and Teles. That's where my comfort zone is for the most part. Let's see. Brian S. says, Tom Anderson to a Fender. Wow, that's saying something. If they are that good, then 1900 is a steal. Tom Anderson's about 3,800 exactly, right? That's what I'm trying to decide. Like, I mean, yeah, those boutique guitar builders like Tom Anderson's and Sirs and stuff, they're amazing guitars. And like I'm telling you, I've tried this thing and I've been playing it, and everything it has built in, there's nothing on it that I'm looking at it and going, well, if there was anything, I would probably, for me personally, and this is a personal opinion, it has nothing to do with the guitar, I would like the neck to be a little thicker, to be honest with you, but some people don't. Some people would prefer having that thinner neck. So if there's anything, but I am used to it now after only playing it for a day. So it's not like something that is very different. It's just, I'm a Les Paul guy. So going from a Les Paul to this neck profile, I definitely do feel a difference. So maybe let me see what it. No, that's not stainless steel frets. That's one thing a lot of people online are complaining about. Oh, why didn't you put stainless steel frets? I mean, the frets are super smooth. They do look like stainless steel, to be honest with you. When I can, like my Sir guitar has stainless steel, and when I compare them to it, they look like it. They're polished in a way that it definitely looks the same, but they are not. I guess they're nickel, but they're super smooth. They're not like really high frets, but they're not like the fretless wonders or whatever you call those, where it's basically there's nothing. But when you're sliding your finger over the neck, it's like super smooth. So I don't know if these are considered medium jumbo, or I'm not a guitar tech in that way where I know every little specific detail about them. But no, they are not stainless. That I know because I've read the specs on it. And a lot of people online, oh, why is... You know what? It doesn't really matter to me that much. I don't think in my limited... Like, I don't think I would wear through these frets anytime soon, so I'm not too worried about that. The gold logo looks fantastic. Well, it's not... Well, it's just the way the light... Yeah, it is kind of gold. The way the light hits it. The neck and the headstock have a nice kind of... I don't know if it's a dye or whatever they put on it, but it's kind of got a little bit of that vintage feel to it. But this color is definitely my favorite out of the new range. You can see when you turn the light a little bit where you can see it's more of like that root beer, and then it goes black, back, forth. It's really hard in here because of the video lights that I have, but at least... How many refrets has a consumer needed to get in their lifetime to actually bitch about Nick? Yeah, I know, right? That's what I keep hearing. Unless you are a studio musician that plays every day and this is your life and you play the same guitar every day, I don't know, man. I don't think I would get, run down a set of frets anytime soon. So that doesn't bother me. I have played both. I'm like I said, I do have the Sir guitar back there that has stainless, and I play it. And it feels a lot like this. It doesn't feel any different as far as the frets go. Like, they're very smooth. I think what Fender has done in their quality of this instrument is dead on. So they've hit the mark there. Now, you're going to get people that are going to complain about stuff. They're going to say, "Oh, it should be this, it should be that. It's not. It's the same as this." I don't know. You got to go out and try them yourself and see if it makes sense to you. Does that headstock look skinny? No, it's the standard Telecaster size headstock. It's nothing different there. They do use great tuners. I'm telling you right now, those Fender locking tuners are really good. I had them on another guitar back last year. I can't remember what. Oh, my old Tele. I had another Tele old. I mean, it was 2010 or something. It was the only guitar I had for many years when I got out of music, and I just had it. And then I put these tuners on it when I got back into music, but I did sell it since then. But these tuners are really good, the Fender locking ones. And the other thing I did, I put my EP booster into my Helix now, so I don't have to take up another block as far as an effect. That's what happens when you hit the EP booster. Right now it's off. Then I'll put it on. Definitely kicks it up another gear when you put that in there. It depends on the. I've found that using this patch that the EP booster. I usually always have the EP booster either as a like the virtual pedal inside the Helix, they call it a kinky boost or something. I always have it on as a default. But now that I've put my actual EP booster into the loop and I run it as a system, like a different system, a different block, basically, it just saves some of the DSP, the processing of the Helix. But with some guitars, it's nice to have just a little, like this. And then if you want more, you just kick in that EP booster. Right. So another little cool thing to play with. Let me go back in the chat. I'm sorry if I'm missing your comments. I'm just kind of rambling on here, giving you everything I have as far as the information on this thing. BB Made says he likes the gold logo as well. Thanks, James. James Severin. Brian S. I sell guitars about 15 years before the frets wear out. Exactly. I don't think I'll ever wear out a set of frets, that's for sure. I mean, you might buy a guitar that has a lot of use on it. Like, say you bought a vintage guitar and it would, have some frets that are, worn down after 50 years of playing it. But other than that, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, the new Strats are really nice. Some of the colors on the new ones, when you see them in person, they really stand out. The red plasma is nice. I did try the red plasma burst on a Strat. They had that one in stock. I did try it and I saw that one in person. It was really impressive, the color. Brian S. bought a vintage T today. Wow. Yeah, no, that's a nice guitar. I had one for a while. But the one thing I will tell you about boutique guitars, this is from experience, because I had a couple of Friedmans and I had a couple of Suhrs. I still have one Suhr and I like it a lot, so I don't think I'll be getting rid of that one. But when it comes, I don't know, maybe you're not a guy that gets guitars and you never sell them or something, that's fine. But that's not me. I mean, there's a few guitars here that I probably won't sell unless I have to. Everybody runs into situations in life where, you can say it all you want, I'll never sell my guitars or I'll never sell this or whatever. But listen, if you get into a situation where you lose everything and you have no money or whatever, and you've got to sell something to survive, you're going to sell that guitar. So, and that's not my situation. I mean, I buy guitars and there's certain ones that, like the R9 and the R6, that are kind of these are my forever guitars as far as that goes, unless, like I said, something drastic happens and I have to sell something. But other stuff, I don't have a problem getting rid of if there's something else I want. I don't have unlimited funds. So if I want to change things up like I did for this, so I might sell something. I'll say this much about the boutique stuff is, in my opinion, and in this market where I live, when I put something up for sale, if it says Fender or Gibson or PRS on it, pretty much guaranteed that I will get that thing sold within a few weeks. Pretty much. Sometimes might be a little bit longer depending on the time of year or what it is that I'm trying to sell. But if it has that name on it, typically people will be interested and you'll get some people that will ask you about it. I put a Friedman guitar up, last year, or actually earlier this year, the Telecaster. I didn't get a hit on it until, probably 3 months in. It's just, I don't think, as far as our community or guitar nerds or whatever, we know what that is. We know that Friedman guitar is special. There's something there. So if you see that on a classified ad or something, and it says Friedman guitar, $3,000, and that guitar is worth $4,500 new. Okay, well, If you're into that, you might jump on it. But your general guy that's out there looking for a guitar or something probably doesn't know what that is. And even if he did, he sees that at $3,000 and he looks and there's a Les Paul sitting right next to it and on the next ad for $2,500 or $2,000. They're going to go for that one because of the name. It's my experience with that stuff in the last couple of years of moving back and forth with guitars, selling some, buying some, all that. I do know that those higher end, higher priced boutique guitars are definitely harder to sell. Now, that might not even be a concern to you or anything of that nature, but I know that if I have this guitar and 6 months from now I get sick of it or whatever, I want to get rid of it, I can put this online and sell it all day. You're going to take a loss on any guitar. I'm sorry, you're never, unless you're selling something vintage and something that, won't go down in value that much. It's like anything. As soon as you buy it, it usually goes down in value. So, but people will make offers on this faster than they will on a Friedman Strat or something of that nature. That's been my experience anyway. So to some people that doesn't make a difference. They just want the best, which I'm totally for. I bought the best as well, and I still, for Les Pauls, I'm definitely that way. But something I noticed, an observation, let's put it that way. But those guitars are amazing. I mean, Brian S., that vintage T is spectacular, and those P90s, can't go wrong with that. So congratulations to you, brother. So if you do have any questions, what time is it? 10:14. So we'll go another, half hour or so, if that. If you do have any questions for me regarding this guitar or any other thing that you want to ask me, just tag me in the chat so I'll definitely see it. So right now, let me just see if I can bring up a backing track or something just to kind of run through, some playing on this so you can. That's the other thing, right? You can hear a guitar, somebody demoing a guitar online or whatever, and to me, a lot of it sounds the same because you're playing it through YouTube or whatever, So it's hard to really have a really good grasp unless you try it yourself in the store and sit in front of the amp or whatever it is that you're playing through to really get a good feel of what those pickups are doing and how that guitar is reacting to your playing. So. But sometimes I find playing just through like a backing track or something like that gives you a little bit more context than just me noodling around here. So let me see if I can find something that I don't even know. And these tracks here, I did download them from a site that you won't get copyright hits on your songs because they are all, it's basically a system that has gone through the YouTube, I guess, police, and these are okay, but you have to pay a subscription to get these songs. So let's see what this sounds like. Oh, this is interesting. Maybe this is Telecaster like. Let's see.
Here comes the king.
There you go. A little jamming with the new Tele. I figured that sounded like a Tele song. Let's see. Okay, we got a few questions coming in. Let me see if I can get over here. There we go. Cool. All right. What do we got? Hey, 2 and 3 chord jams in the house. How are you? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. James Severn, how's the new bike? The new bike is great, but it's put away for the winter, which sucks. So, yeah, but it's an awesome bike. I really like it. I'm looking forward to next spring. Let's put it that way. Quentin James just got back from Kroger. 2 and 3 chord jams says, is there both a delay and reverb on your patch? I too like the Supro and the Helix. Right now I do run I don't think the delay was on. I think I just have oh, hold on, maybe the delay is on, is it? No, the delay was not on, it was just the reverb. Here's with the delay on. So it's not my standard delay that I have on my patch. I was just kind of fooling around with that, but I do have the reverb. So that answers that question. Live wires. Make sure to watch Brian get grilled on the... Oh, great. I'm in for it on the live wires on Wednesday, right? Let me just put that in there. Yeah, so definitely check out the live wires on Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. I'll be on there getting grilled, I guess. so it should be interesting. Brian needs to move to Nashville. I'm not even kidding. Why are you living in Winter Wonderland? I know, right? I don't get it either. I live here because I'm Canadian, and this is where I work. But I got a Tele now, so... Well, I had a Tele before, but now I've got another one, so maybe that'll make me fit into Nashville. Let's see. Dwight Bailey, how are you, Dwight? Nice to see you. Brian would make $1 zillion in Nashville as a session. No, I don't think so. Session musicians are quite better than I am. It would be fun to live there, though. According to Dave R's guitar, who has lived in Nashville, says it's not all that. He says it's nice to visit, but to live there is a different thing. But if you're a musician, I guess, I don't know. I'd love to live there for a few months to try it. It'd be fun. Oh, good night, PJ in the Beard. Nice to have you jump in here tonight. It was nice to get to know you guys on Thursday with Guitar Hack. You could ride the bike. Yeah, definitely. That's the one thing that I would love to do. But unfortunately, moving to the States as a Canadian, it's just a friggin' hassle. Unless there was some way that, our work could transfer you down there and pay for, whatever visas or things that you need when you're moving you become a citizen of another country or whatever. So it's just a lot of hassle. Let me put this EP booster here. Definitely makes it hot. Doing good, Dwight? Awesome, brother. I don't know if I've got anything else that I can... All these things I haven't really heard. I just downloaded. is this? That's an A. Cool little jam. There you go. Saturday night special, folks. Let me see. What do we got in here? Let's see. Dogpa. How are you, Dogpa? Moving to Texas was like moving to another country. Oh, really? Where'd you move from, Dogpa? If you don't mind me asking. Satan's... Oh my God, are we going down that road again? Satan's A. I think I shot Chicken Guitars the other night when I was in your chat there on the live wires, Brian, because we were going down a road that she wasn't expecting us to go down, and it kind of caught her off guard. But we'll keep that for your show. I think that's an easier thing to do. What's the site is that for backing tracks? This site is called Epidemic Sounds, I believe. And what that is, let's see if I can find the... Where is it? Epidemic Sounds is what you should be looking for. And but you do need to subscribe to it, so you pay you can pay a yearly fee or a monthly fee or whatever. Pay a monthly one if you just want to try it out. But what it is a bunch of all kinds of music, anything from rock, blues, metal to anything, and it's just people who've recorded songs, and you can download them and play them on your live streams or put them in your videos if you're producing videos and you need music that you don't have and you don't want to get hit with copyrights. So these ones are all cleared, basically, because you're subscribing to their service, you're paying the artist that is writing the song, and therefore you can use it in your videos and your live streams and so forth and not get any copyright hits. I do play a lot of other songs, like the other night I played Judas Priest and Black Sabbath song or whatever. And those did get copyright claimed. So if I was a monetized channel, I wouldn't be making any money from ads. So to me, it didn't really matter, and it doesn't matter to me at this point. But if I ever, down the road, if I ever do want to monetize, then obviously I would have to use stuff like this or record my own music and put it out there so that I wouldn't get hit with copyright claims, therefore taking away any monetization. But that's not really what I'm doing right now. It doesn't matter to me if I'm monetized or not. But who knows, right? You never say never. R2, R3, how's it going, brother? That's for you, R2. So R2, you're late. You missed the, I guess, the introduction of the new Telecaster. This is a new Telecaster from the Fender Ultra series in, I think it's called Texas T-Burst or Texas T or something. I can't remember what they call this. Let me look. I think I have it here. What is that color? Does it say the color? It's something like Texas T color. And again, the neck profile is like a D, but it's a slim neck. So if you like slim necks, this thing is definitely there. It's a 10 to 14 radius, basically compound radius. So it makes it really comfortable to play. And down here, you can bend the hell out of these strings and never. Really good. So there it is. These are noiseless pickups, so they don't, like, if I had, I guess, the other pickups that aren't noiseless, I would be hearing a lot of hissing and, typical single coil stuff, right? So there you go, R2. Oh, thank you. Brian S. says, I said eat a salad. That's all I said. It's health. What's wrong? Okay, what else is in here? How Brian has only 308. Oh, geez. Someone call the Mounties. I think it's really hard to get subs, actually, unless you're, like, I don't know if YouTube does promote the channels and you come up in the feed more often, then obviously you get more subscribers. But if you're not coming up in those searches or in those, I guess, recommended videos, I should say, it makes it really hard to get subscribers fast. I think you got to get to a certain level and then you start to see more traction, or you put out a video that goes viral that everybody wants to see, or that is very much a trending topic at that point, and you put it out there, then you'll get a recommendation or something of that nature, which might boost those numbers. But I don't know. It's not a real important thing for me at this point. I'm just doing this for fun and, just to do it, basically, and to learn and to get better at doing this type of thing, and, just share whatever knowledge I have to you guys or to whoever I do have as an audience. So that's why I do it. I mean, I'm not focused on, I need to get 1,000 or else it's not worth doing or anything of that nature. That's not me. Like, I'm just doing it for fun. And when it doesn't become fun anymore, I won't be doing it. It's just, if I want to spend my time doing something different, because I'm not just getting whatever this is giving me as far as enjoyment and learning and creative outlet, then obviously I'll do something else. But I do this stuff for a living, as far as like the live streaming and the video production and the photography, right? So it's nice to do something that is not corporate based, because when I'm doing it for my corporate job, it's not content that I'm truly like passionate about. Obviously, it's it's pretty dry stuff as far as that goes. But when I can blend both passions of playing music, guitar, writing songs, whatever it is, gear and that stuff, and then bring in some of the aspects of the video production, that makes it interesting to me. BB Mate said, I'll monetize 30 years at this rate. Yeah, I mean, anybody that's doing YouTube and you think you're going to, monetize and get money out of this, good luck. Good luck, folks. It's not. It's few and far between. But I mean, it can happen. I mean, it's not something that you can say it'll never happen. I mean, it has happened to some people. Obviously, there's people on this platform that are making some pretty good coin doing what they're doing and have a pretty big audience. So if you always said it'll never happen, I guess it's hard to believe that it will, but it has to some people. So there's no reason it can't happen to you. But if you're doing it because you see that you've looked and saw some other people have that type of success and you say, oh, I'm going to start a YouTube channel and that's going to happen to me. Well, good luck. It's not that easy, but you can't be doing it for that reason. Otherwise, you're just going to be miserable doing it. Dogpa says, I use those kinds of tracks to dub my playing, to change it, to put clients' videos legally. To put in, yeah, you can use it for all kinds of stuff. That music, I just download a bunch of tracks, that are in a genre of some sort, and I put them in a folder, and then basically I listen to them, maybe jam over them, or put them in a video if I need it. But a lot of times I like to record my own track. I just haven't had a lot of time in the last couple of months. In the summer I'm not recording as much as I am in the fall and winter, which I will be doing a lot more, obviously, now that we're back into that season. So if that's the case, then I like to use my own songs. It's called Texas Tea, as in oil. Yeah, Texas Tea is the color, I think. I'll tell you one thing, man. The way they made this neck, I give them props, because this rounded feel is really, really nice. Like, that's boutique quality as far as that goes. Like, from everything I've tried, from Friedman's to Sir's to Tom Anderson and stuff, this is right there with them as far as how they finished this neck. It's really cool. So glad they did that. That makes it worth the money for sure. Takes a video per week at least. Well, and that's the other thing. You have to be super consistent, right? If you're doing YouTube and you want to get some traction, you've got to be consistent, which is what I've been doing since I decided to really do it more, like, seriously, I suppose, is when I, beginning of this year, I said I'm going to start a live show and I'm going to do it every Monday night. And I do it every Monday at 7. So I've been pretty consistent with that. I think I missed maybe two Mondays or 3 Mondays out of the whole year, which is, very consistent. And then if you can put in a few videos here and there and splash it in between, like maybe a gear review, or like I do cover songs sometimes, I put those out. I don't do a lot of gear reviews. I just think the gear review thing is okay, I suppose, if you can do it a little different than what everybody else is doing, because sometimes I'll go on my feed and, like, especially these new guitars, they came out last week and everybody's doing a review on them. It's the same thing over and over. So I don't think that's very interesting for people to watch. So I don't do a whole lot of reviews. I mean, I don't mind doing something, or if I get a pedal or something that might not even be a new pedal, it might be something that's been out for a long time, and I get it and I'm like, oh wow, I didn't even know this thing existed, like the drop pedal. When I got that, I did a quick little review of that because it was different, and I showed how I would use it in my scenario. But, that's just how I feel about doing gear demos, I suppose. But hey, all the power to you. If you like doing that type of stuff, go for it. Some people are very good at it. That's the other thing. Some of the videos that people produce on just gear demos are so involved. It's like, man, I'm going to compete with that. It's like, yeah, you're going to have to put in a lot of work. They're getting B-roll shots and slider shots, and wow, some really impressive stuff. So let's see. R2 says I was playing my Les Paul pretentious. Yes. If you play a Les Paul, I suppose you're pretentious, according to some folks on the internet. So take that with a grain of salt. Guitar Access, keep it on the down low, but I was playing a Strat. Nothing wrong with that, brother. Strats sound amazing. You should play that Strat more often. Try playing it in a gig. Meanwhile, I have boobs and Guitar Hack still beats me at 1K. I guess talent is required. Oh, man. You can't, it's like timing the market. You can't just, you can't predict these things. They're just, you're just going to create your content. You're going to have an audience for it. Some people will like it, some won't. And then hopefully they share it. And then when they share it, more people come to your channel, and then they clue into what you're doing, and they believe in what you're doing, and they subscribe. But, I'm sure that a lot of people subscribe and unsubscribe, and, it's just a thing, right? There's only so much hours in the day, folks. It's like, I subscribe to a bunch of channels, but I don't watch every single video. It'd be like, that's all I'd be doing for my life, right? There's other things. So it's hard. But I do, there's main people in the community that I definitely support everything they do. And there's stuff like that you're going to be geared to do. Live stream, BB Mate says live stream would be fun, but I have no clue how to do anything like. Well, you got to start somewhere, right? You can start super simple. It's like a lot of people tend to not even want to try it because they don't really have a clue on where to start. You start something simple. It could be as simple as having your phone there and loading up, StreamYards or something of that nature, and or what is it, Streamlabs, something like that, and hitting go live, or just go. Facebook is super easy to go live on. You just open your phone, go open the Facebook app, and just hit go live, and basically you're live at that point. So the difficulty in doing it is not crazy like it was just a few years ago. They've made it a lot easier. I mean, if you want to do it to a level where you're using graphics and you have multiple camera angles, and then you got to put a little bit more work into it, and then do some research on some good software that you can use. And, there's always going to be that part of it. But yeah, don't be afraid of getting into the live streaming. I think live streaming is where it's at, to be honest with you. You can produce the best looking videos and everything else and put them up on a regular basis. But I think if you're not doing live stream or you're having community engagement, I don't know. I don't think you will succeed as you would if you were doing regular live streams. I think that's the biggest part. If you can get a community that you engage with on a regular basis, they get to know your personality, to know you, and that know that every Monday, let's say it's like for my case, every Monday at 7, they can rely that there'll be a live show. Things of that nature create a good community and a good audience for you. So there you go. A little bit of feedback regarding that part of it. Janice says, I'm deficient in the video department. I think everybody starts somewhere, and that's just the case, right? If you you can see my first videos. Just go on my channel and and go to whatever my first video is and watch it, and you'll be it's quite different than what I'm doing today. And even today, I'm still learning. So everybody starts somewhere. Oh, geez, this thing jumped like crazy here. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Brian S., only if it's a custom shop Les Paul, you can play a standard. Yeah, I guess that's not as pretentious as the custom shop. The other thing I tried when I was trying this, I've got to go look at the Les Pauls. I never leave a music store without doing that. And they had a used custom shop custom, but it was a burst color. It wasn't the black. I'm looking at either a black with white binding or a white custom. And they had this one, and I tried it. It played amazing. Just the color wasn't for me, but it played amazing. And it was a used one too. And even at used, it was $4,000. So they're not cheap. But Guitar Hack's too thin for a gig. Oh, the Strat is? Yeah. I guess it depends on the type of music you play too. Bad advice, never ever play it. I mean, I don't know. I think you should. If I was gigging today, I would definitely have two guitars with me at all time. I would have a Tele and a Les Paul. That would be my thing, so that I could have a few different options as far as the songs that I'm playing, and I could if something happens to one, I have the other one. But yeah, I think that's where I would be if I was. But I'm not. I'm not gigging, so it doesn't really matter. Dog pie. If I'm sitting on my butt and being a legend in my own mind, made money, I'd be rich. I know. If I have boobs, that would help. I know. Seems to be the way to go. Brian says, give the Strat to Goodwill and write it off for your I guess you don't like Strats, Brian. Janice tries to watch everything. Yeah, I try, but man, not enough hours in the day to do that. Just remember to wear pants. I'm not wearing pants right now. No, I guess you saw me on the other angle, so I can't say I'm not wearing pants because you've already seen it. Bobby Lopez, what's going on, brother? Nice to see you. Glad you could jump in and spend. My God, it's already 10:44. Jesus, time goes by. Thanks for the insight. Well, I don't know if it's insight. It's just my opinion on how things are in this world with live streaming and social media and all that stuff. Facebook. No, not Facebook. It's evil. No, and I don't do a lot on Facebook as well. I have a page there and I kind of post stuff here and there, but I think I've done one live stream on Facebook. I'm not a huge fan of the Facebook platform for live streaming, even though it is it's a pretty good platform, but yeah, I don't do a lot of it. I might have to try to do more of it just because I want to learn that platform as well, not just for my own personal channel, but for work because we're starting to use it more often as well. So I might do a few live streams using Facebook, try to do something different. You can, using software, you can stream to both places like at once now. You can do like YouTube and Facebook without breaking any policies. Facebook used to have a policy that if you stream on their platform, you can't be streaming to YouTube at the same time or other platforms at the same time. But I think they removed that. So I might try some of that. But with my internet here at home, like I'm doing good just streaming to one place. So I'm not going to try to stream to two places at once. But I might do like one night on Facebook and one night on YouTube, and I'll compare some stats and see what people actually watch more, or what content works best on Facebook and what content works best on this. And even people stream on Instagram, but you got to use your phone for that, I think. Yeah, all right, James, have a good night, brother. Go practice your guitar. Brian, all the primetime live stream slots are taken. Well, I don't know. I don't know if they are. Like when I went on Mondays, I did a little research before picking my day, and I didn't see anybody that was doing that time slot. And I even moved my time slot. I was doing Monday nights at 7:30, and then Ben changed. He had to change his Thursday night show to Monday night show, and he went on at 8. So I told Ben, no problem. I'll just move my half an hour earlier, and so I start at 7. But yeah, it's definitely hard with our community with more people live streaming. Everybody's got a time slot, and you don't want to jump on anybody's, hour or time. But I'm sure you can find something that will work. It's not always easy, and sometimes you have no choice. You have to kind of go head to head with somebody because that's all that's available. And if you want to do it, you gotta do it. But I'm sure you can find a spot there. Let's see. Brian, is that the new Tele? Yes. Yeah, this is the brand new Telecaster Ultra in Ice Tea or Tea Burst or Texas Tea, I think it's called. It's kind of got a weird kind of root beer kind of sparkle color, and then in different lights it looks black, and then it looks kind of that root beer color. But it's truly, if you go back and rewind or watch the replay of this, and you'll see more of the discussion about all the specs and what I think about it. And The neck is really, really well done. The only thing for me, I would prefer it a little thicker, but that's just a personal preference. But it's not a fault on the guitar, at no means. Let me do the clean sound here. Let me just take off the distortion and go to the neck pickup. Why am I still? Oh, it's because my EP booster's on. Sorry. There we go. Go to the middle position, which is both pickups. And go to the bridge. There you go. Little clean sound. When you do the center position and you hit that S1 switch, I'll show you what that does. So this is just in regular, I guess, mode, which is two pickups together in, I guess they call it parallel or something. So then when you hit the switch, kind of gives it a real thick sound, like a humbucker, really. I am using the Supro amp, and it does have a little drive on it. It's not completely clean. So there you go. A little bit of clean telly sound with a little bit of drive, not much. Dr. Guitars in the house. How are you, brother? Hope you're having a great night. Let me go back here. Did I miss something? Okay. Definitely tag me, because I'm sure I'm missing comments. For sure I'm missing. But trying my best here, folks. Eat a salad. There, I said it. Who's supposed to eat a salad? I missed something with Brian S.'s comment there. talking about eating salads. Let me see. Yeah, don't move. Let others move around you. Dr. Guitars. Okay. Bobby Lopez says, whatever happened to Ben's community guitar build? He didn't finish. I don't think he finished it. I think he's still working on it. I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything recently. Pete Hickson, how are you, brother? Chicken Guitar says, I'm going on Wednesday nights a half hour before the live wires. There you go. That's a good spot for you. Pre-game. All right, so... I'm just reading your comments. My roadie quit on me today. Turns out he wants to get paid. Yeah. Guitar Hack, you don't need a roadie, brother. If you saw what I was hauling around when I was gigging, you would say you have it pretty easy. As far as gear. Try rolling around with an Ampeg, 1,000-watt head or some crazy situation that weighs like, I've got an 8x10 SVT cab and 3 basses, and it's like I had a minivan just for not because I wanted a minivan. It was the only thing that I could fit my gear in. I needed a roadie, but that didn't happen. Just be happy you didn't throw Marshall 412 down a flight of stairs. Yeah. Yeah, that would not be good. Please tell me it came with a case. Yeah, R2, it came with a beautiful case, actually. If you go back on the replay, I show the case in the beginning. It's one thing that really impresses me with these these Fender guitars. They come with some amazing cases. They really do that part very well. Chicken Guitar says, Quinn James, what is your finish again? Baked beans. Should the Live Wires offer a t-shirt with eat a salad? Okay, now I get it. It's the Vince Neil thing. Gotcha. Poor Vince. Take such a ribbon. New PC today. Wow. Good for you. Dr. Guitar's got a new PC. Vince meal. Oh, you guys are crazy. If Vince Neil and Courtney Love formed a band, it would be called the Donut Hole. Come on. If it wasn't for Vince Neil, there wouldn't have been a Motley Crue, guys. Not the way we know it. So cut him some slack. There would have been a Motley Crue probably, but I don't know if it would have been the same. Okay, cool. All right. Let me see what time we're at. We're at almost 11, so we'll be calling it a night very soon. Any more questions, put them in there. Let me see if I got anything else I can offer up as a jam. Let's see what this is. that was called I'm the One by Chester Malone. On this fine Saturday night. I should have been a radio, I guess, disc jockey. Saturday night blues. Let's see. I thought YouTube requires 1,000 subs to stream. It doesn't require 1,000 subs to stream. It requires 1,000 subs to stream with your phone using the YouTube app. But you can use your phone and use an app called Streamlabs, I believe. And still, you don't need 1,000 for that. And you don't need 1,000 subs to stream to Facebook with your phone as well. So, and if you want to stream with your computer, you can stream like I'm doing here. I don't have 1,000 subs, but I'm streaming using my computer. That's just if you want to use the YouTube app on your phone, basically. That's what that is. All right, so let's go here. Everything is cool. Yeah, you're listening to 103 FM Smooth Rock. No, Blues Rock. Let's see, making sure I didn't miss anything before we sign off here. All right, that's cool. All right, folks, thank you very much for jumping in. It is 11 o'clock. Thank you for joining me on a Saturday night of all times. It's not my regular streaming night, but hey, it's never never say never. Just do whatever works for you. Today, I decided to go live on a Saturday, so tomorrow I might go live on a Sunday. Who knows? If you got something to say, you just go ahead and do it. What I'll plan to do on Monday night's show is maybe do a direct comparison of this guitar with the Sir. So for those interested in knowing really what, the differences are from what Fender has done with their new Ultra line, does it compare to something more boutique that is, $1,500 to $2,000 more than what this guitar is, and how, what are the pros and cons, I guess, or for me, and this again is all my opinion. This is nothing to do. You might feel very differently if you go in the store and you try these things. You might say, "Nah, it's not for me," or whatever. That's totally cool. This is just again my opinion. So take that for what it is. Cool. Okay, we've got everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed the night, and I was able to show you something cool. And yeah. Thank you very much for the congratulations on the new guitar and the color and all that. It is a nice. It's definitely my favorite color of the new lineup. Definitely, out of all the guitars I've seen so far, from the Strats to the new Tellies, this is definitely the favorite color. Again, the only thing I'm getting used to it. It's this aluminum pickguard. Not the look of it. It's just the feel of it. It's very different, right? So when you're playing, your fingers hit it and stuff. It just feels weird. I don't know. I can't explain it. Maybe it's just me. That's kind of a weird quirk I have, but I like something familiar, like under my hand. So when I've been playing guitars, like all the other stuff that I've played, it always has like a plastic. It never has an aluminum type of feel to it. So it's going to take a little bit of getting used to if I do decide to keep the pick guard that's on this guitar, or just get a different pick guard, get a plastic one or whatever it is. So I don't know. Haven't decided on that. So again, thanks for joining me, and we will see you on Monday night. And then don't forget, Wednesday night at 9 o'clock, I'll be on with the Live Wires. And I'll be live from downtown Toronto. So if I can show you something cool from downtown, I'll do that. But I don't know. It'll be in a hotel, so I can't imagine there'll be much to see other than the hotel room. And it's not Vegas, so, can only be so risky, I suppose. But yeah, I'll be down there in Toronto on Wednesday and Thursday all day, and I'll try to do some well, I don't know if it'll be streaming, but I'll do some recording of the event. It's basically a photography and videography show, so if you guys are into cameras and production and all that stuff, definitely you might be interested in some of that content. So if I see anything really interesting, or something that I feel that I can bring to you guys that you would like, I will do that. Yeah, so next Wednesday night, 9 o'clock, and Monday night for my regular show at 7 o'clock. So we will see you then. And oh, hi Johnny. Sorry, I'm just logging off. I'm gonna join your show later. I'm pretty sure I'll still be up by then. I know Johnny goes on late on Saturday nights, and I like to watch some of that. So I'll definitely be tuning in if I can stay up. I'm pretty good now. I might have a coffee actually. Kind of weird, on a Saturday night, 11 o'clock, having a coffee. But hey, that's me. Right, folks. I will call it a night. All right. Take care.